Welcome to the Uncommon Human Podcast, where we help you perform the common uncommonly well. Your coach for all things physical and spiritual is Derek De Rosario, who for 25 years has brought transformation to thousands of clients. With God's help, Coach Derek has overcome many adversities on his own journey of faith and fitness, and now he's the owner of Fit to Serve Fitness in Henderson, Nevada. Having discovered tennis at a young age, he excelled at the amateur, intercollegiate, and professional levels. Afterwards, he discovered the sport of CrossFit, and by 2019 had ranked #1 CrossFitter for the state of Nevada in his division. Having achieved all this, Coach Derek now considers himself an ambassador for Christ to help you in your journey to become the uncommon human through faith and fitness. Here with today's podcast is Coach Derek.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Uncommon Human Podcast. And we are taking a look at one of the pillars. And this is one of the pillars that is on the fitness side. We have Coach Basil here. Say hi, Coach Basil.
Hey.
With Fit to Serve. He wasn't always a coach. He's had some history of moving up and being a coach. And God has used him mightily in his journey and is continuing to do like he has done with all of us. But we're going to take a look at nutrition. But I think, why don't you share, Coach Basil, a little bit about how you came about with Fit to Serve? And I know we can be here all day, but kind of the journey before that. How did that come about? Maybe sum that up a little bit.
Yeah, short story.
I think short. Yeah.
So just real long story of God's work. Short.
Yes.
Just like everyone else, single parent household, mom only, brother, beat each other up all the time. Get in trouble through high school, just relying on the world as growing up, right? No example set before me. So kind of fall in the wrong crowd with that, right? So after high school, going into college, my uncle, Mike, was a member here.
Yeah.
He is like, I got this membership to a gym. I'm not going to use it. Do you want it? I've been working out my whole life. Like, you want to go to this CrossFit gym? I'm like, no, I mean, I'll give it a shot. So,
were you working out before that?
Yeah, I was doing like men's physique, bodybuilding.
Cool.
I rode bikes, dirt bikes my whole life.
Yes.
But men's physique and bodybuilding was this different type of fitness. There was all show, but you couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Which I learned my first day. So it was really cool to just come from no structure, no example into a place where I had you, thank God, as my mentor, to just show me that there is structure and that you can rely on the Lord, and that basically you just led from the front, as you'd say, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So these Christian qualities that were real, I saw them right in front of me. So it was a really cool introduction to rededicating my life to Christ, was coming in the front door that day. So, and then I never left. Here I am.
Wow.
So started as a member.
How many years ago was that?
It's like six or 7.
6 years.
Yeah.
And you did your open that first year, right?
First open was
that was a fun one, huh?
It was hard.
They all get hard in different ways, I guess, huh? Yeah. We've all been through many WODs, I think, throughout. Some of the opens are hard, but I think some of the workouts that we do in general here at Fit to Serve, I think one of your one hard WOD, I think it was Hollyman, I think.
Hollyman.
Yeah.
I
think you still remember those that day.
Yeah, sat in a corner by myself because I refused to scale when I should have.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things you just have to. I was the only one left. You
Yes.
were in your training. I had to go to work, which I called out that day. I was sick.
There's a lot of those call-out days.
So a lot of these, the boss is telling me, hey, I don't know what you're doing outside of this job, but you need to stop. You need to stop right now.
Yes.
So I was humbled through the process for sure.
Yeah. It changed pretty quickly as you came on, kind of full time. That was, I know, I remember, because you'd watch us kind of train in Hunter, I think it was. Yeah. And you were like, you had to go to work.
Yeah, it was a dream.
And
for sure.
You're like, hey, this would be cool if I was able to do that every single day too.
Yeah.
I'd probably get good at this thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about nutrition. I know that's a big passion of yours too.
Yeah.
You love working with the clients here on the nutrition piece, and share with me the importance of nutrition and why it's like the foundational piece. Why do we have it on that pillar for the fitness or method?
Yeah.
Why is that important on your fitness side?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to make it super clear, right?
Mhm.
The pillar of fitness is nutrition. You have your mobility, flexibility, endurance, or your metabolic.
Yeah.
You have gymnastics,
Yes.
strength, then sport.
Yes.
Right? Sport is the top, the going out, playing that game or competing
Yes.
in our sport.
Yes.
Well, to compete, you need to be able to move well,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
move your body in space, you need gymnastics. To have strength after that, you need to do weightlifting. But to be able to do all of that, you need to have some sort of aerobic capacity, right?
Yeah.
Ability to breathe. Okay, well, before even that, you need to be able to move your limbs, right? It's like when I started, this was my shoulder mobility, right? I couldn't do this.
Yes.
So, but even before movement, you have to be able to fuel it. Well, how do you fuel your movement? Well, it starts with the foundation, nutrition.
Yes.
So
why do you think majority of the clients don't get that?
it's too easy.
Too easy.
So, I mean, coaching nutrition now for a little while. You look on Instagram, you look on the internet.
Yes.
Hey, I eat this pizza and look like this. Some shredded guy, right? Not true, simply. Or they're not revealing all the details.
Yes.
For someone to hear, hey, my goal is to lose weight. And I go, cool, we're going to eat more. We're going to get your calories up. Doesn't make sense to them. I guess if you had to pick one reason, it takes patience.
Takes patience
to achieve their ultimate goal. So
yes,
everybody wants a quick fix now. And with nutrition, you're talking about years sometimes of doing it wrong. And it takes longer. It takes time to kind of correct, not just nutrition and what you eat, but the behaviors that come with it, the habits, even your mindset about nutrition. It's not about the weight on the scale always. So those are a couple of things that I've run into.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier before we hopped on, and you were mentioning also that nutrition doesn't have to correlate with just weight loss, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So share with that. What does that mean?
Yeah. So I mean, most people want to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're fixated on a scale number, and that's what your idea of progress is if that number moves down.
Yes.
Well, what about all the other markers of progress, right? Nutrition is the fuel we talked about, right? It's the foundation of movement. You can't move unless you have the energy and the fuel to give you that energy.
Yes.
Well, another marker is your strength, your performance. But let's get outside of the gym. Another marker is how well you sleep.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Water is a part of nutrition, right? How much coffee do you drink? I drink a gallon of coffee before I drink some water. So
do you guys love coffee?
We'll talk about it later. But so this is an example of there's so many other markers of progress than the number on the scale.
Yes.
If you run your life, this is very similar to our walk. If I let the successes of the world dictate success versus as a believer, what I believe is successful, right? Serving the Lord in all the ways that I can. Yeah. Right. If I even talk to one person about Jesus, I'm successful. It has nothing to do with if my bank account is full, if I got the dream job, this is the dream job. But all these measures of the world, I'd be let down. Yeah. I'm failing. I'm not doing it good enough. Right. So the same thing with nutrition and fitness is that scale number is not going to be what you want it to be all the time. Same for me. And now you've been let down. And from there, it just trickles down. Well, what's the point of even doing this plan? I'm already falling off the plan. What's the point of even going to this gym? You're falling off the gym and then you gain weight again. And you're looking for the next quick fix. And it's a never ending cycle. So people kind of lose the point, the scope that it's not follow this cookie cutter plan forever. Yes. It's start small and simple, do the common uncommonly well, and we will build from there, turn this into a new lifestyle. Yes. Which doesn't mean you can't have the foods you like, but it does mean you need to have some discipline and to achieve your goal. Yes. Right. That's the whole point. You have a goal of losing weight. you gotta eat a certain way to achieve that, right? But it doesn't
Yes.
mean you have to live in a restricted box. And I think that's some of the coolest things to be able to communicate and just shift the focus a little bit from the scale to, wow, I move so much better. I'm sleeping so much better. My mood is so much better.
Yes.
With these pillars, right? These markers, increasing, improving,
Mhm.
the scale weight will follow.
Yes.
So it's always really
No,
cool.
that's good. I know we talk a lot about the inside and out training, right? Our vision is transforming lives inside and out all around the world. And when we look at the nutrition, how does that correlate from inside and out training?
Yeah. So hopefully I'm going the right way. This is my favorite thing to say.
Yes.
I love telling people this because you go to
I love giving you all your little nuggets of
Just-
what you always talk about already in
I'm
class,
just
right?
so fired up. Yeah.
You've got a
So
lot
this
of
is like
these.
my favorite thing, and I hope this is the right way. But you talk about the Great Commission,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
When you go to church,
Yeah.
look at the people in service.
Yeah.
And this is just the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Majority of them have a hard time getting out of that seat.
Yes.
And if we've been called to go and make disciples, just like the fitness, right? I would put go as the metabolic endurance to be able to move.
Yes.
Well, if you're not eating right,
Yeah,
if you're not fueling the body, if you're not preparing, right? You have a goal of going to make disciples, to be obedient to
Yes.
the Lord. Out of the love for the Lord, I'm going to be obedient. Well, that is a goal, right? Every Christian should have.
Yes.
With that goal, it takes some training, some discipline.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and do what we do. You don't have to go run miles, endurance races. You don't have to be crazy.
Mhm.
But the first thing you can control is, and this is what you say all the time, is what you put in your mouth.
Yes.
Yes. It doesn't take much, but to be able to just get up out of your chair without pain. This is going to give you the opportunity to be able to go to Mexico and serve, to go to another country and see. This was cool for me to notice, is that God's working not just in Nevada, but he's doing things all over the world.
Right.
Which is the craziest blessing you'll ever experience. And I've only gone to Mexico. I mean, I can't imagine.
Right.
But the joy on these people's faces, the joy in their lives serving the Lord with much less than we have. You can't, and to then share the gospel with those people, you can't do that if you can't do the walk, right?
Right.
You can't walk through Mexico.
Yes.
Right? If you can't walk from the car to the training center without a cane or without pain, can't be on your feet for 30 minutes. How do you expect to be able to reach the lost? Right? To get outside of the four walls.
Right.
Not that you have to, but it's an opportunity it blesses you in more ways than I can explain.
Yes.
So yeah, long story short, to be able to fulfill the Great Commission, I really believe nutrition and being fit physically will allow you to be fit also spiritually to go. That's right. What we say, go serve others. So
amen. And you talked earlier about it's so simple. Why you clients don't stay to it. It's so simple. And explain a little bit about like how do you make it simple for a client that comes in and you meet with them? What's that mean to you and the client sitting down?
Yeah, like what is simple?
Yeah, what is
so that? I'll give you an example. Super easy. Let's say I'll pick one of my hardest clients. Right? Yeah. So I have someone who comes in. The first thing, right? Let's make it simple. Derek, hey, how you doing? Week 1. Let's talk about your wins already. Showed up.
Okay. Hey, I'm here.
You've already won.
Yes.
How many people don't come through the door?
Right.
How many people have signed up?
Yes.
And I've never met them because they never show.
Right.
So that's the best way to start off is we've already won. You've completed the first task. You made it in. That's always a good way to start. But then let's make it simple. This week, I want you to just show me what you're eating right now. What does your daily life look like right now? From there, we tweak and adjust things based on where you're at. I walk alongside you and we start to meet the two. Right?
So they write something down.
Yep. So track.
That's a week.
Yep. Just write something down.
Okay.
I always give bonuses.
Yeah.
We set some goals, right? What's your long-term goal? A lot of people have long-term goals. Like I want to lose weight. I go, well, what about moving? Hey, I would love to move well. What about a pull-up? I'd love to do a pull-up.
Right.
These are what I would call umbrella goals. okay, well, what are the little day-to-day things that we can do to contribute to these goals? This can be maybe go to bed an hour earlier this day, 2 times this week.
Yes.
I mean, it can get as simple as just don't eat out on the weekend. You can eat out Monday to Friday.
Yes.
Don't eat out on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
One, this is going to show us if you really want what you told me that you want. And if you can do that, you can do the next step.
Yes.
And so it's as simple as like I said, not eating out. And then we build and we build and we build. And now you got a client who's not eating out at all.
Yes.
Who's cut soda out completely. We didn't even give you calorie intakes, macros, these complicated things. All we did was cut some sugar, but without me saying cut sugar, right? Your scale weight's going to drop. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. We've hit these check boxes, these goals, and it's kind of like momentum. And so from there, we can start to get to the fancy things that you read on the internet. But again, just keeping it simple. It doesn't take much. And me telling you don't eat out only on the weekend, that doesn't sound like much of a nutrition plan. It's not fancy.
Yes.
But it works. It gets results, and it's a start, right? You can't in Olympic lifting, you can't snatch day one.
That's right.
Right? You learn how to squat first with your body.
Keep it simple, guys.
Keep it simple,
right? Keep it simple. So what I also hear is accountability. It sounds like is a big piece of this, right? Because there's plans all over, like you said. There's people eating pizzas on Instagram and shredded, and there's eat high carbs, low carbs, eat high protein, no protein. There's keto. There's every plan under the sun. But what does that look like? I mean,
this is the funniest thing. So I used to think, Derek, he shared this with me a long time ago. Just hold them accountable. Just call them. Just text them. And I was like, dude, we need the numbers. We need to make it this. We got to do that. I was caught up in that it needs to be fancy. The number one thing, right, was that people appreciate the extension. I'm reaching out to you to help you. And also make sure you're doing well. What do you need help with? What's your biggest struggle? It's really the biggest thing, aside from me being like a nutrition coach, is just being there to have an ear to listen and help with where they're having trouble right now. I think you've said this before, is all those plans, that pizza diet, all of that stuff, it will work. You stick to anything for a little while, you're going to get some results. But temporary fixes result in bounce backs, right? Rebounding in weight. How many times have you heard this? I lost 20 pounds and then I plateaued and then I rebound, gained 25.
Yes.
So keeping it super simple, but the accountability is the key, right? Extending that hand, walking alongside somebody and addressing the real issues, really. It's not about what plan you're on. It's about the consistency. Yeah.
And I love that. I know we talk about a lot here that it's better to be reminded than to be taught, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people want to be taught new things, shiny things. Well, give me the new fix thing. It's like when you're talking about accountability, it's, hey, you're like a great reminder. Hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do this? Remind. You're like, and they come in, it's like, you'll probably come in and I'll probably tell you everything you know, but I'm just going to remind you now because you probably have known this, maybe know more things than I know. because I don't even know all the plans you went through. I mean, you're telling me things that I haven't even heard. Upside down Atkins. I mean, I don't even know that existed. But you're reminding them of the simple, and you're allowing them to perform the common uncommonly well, like you say. But no, that's so true. That the accountability is a huge piece. What do you think is the thing that like people self-sabotages themselves? Like self-sabotage, like weekly. Like, what are some of those things?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways, and if I'm getting this right. So sometimes, let me use myself as an example, right?
Yeah.
I know for me, and this is with a lot of people. So I'm my own worst client. So I'm not safe from any of the things that I share with you guys. Right. I need accountability from him. Derek needs accountability from me. Just as you guys need an accountability coach.
Which I think on that point, I think it's really cool on the spiritual too.
Yes,
As in,
and
like,
dude, we can go,
it's-
man. We can
it's
spend
so
another
cool.
hour just. It's all of this.
Really,
All of this walks alongside my spiritual walk. So I was gonna say that too. Is
yes,
the coming up as a coach?
yeah,
I was begging for more clients. I was asking for these things. I have a sheet with with people on it, and there's only 2. And then they go through 6 weeks, and I got nobody. It's empty. And he's telling me over and over to just do the common uncommonly well. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't understand what this is meaning. So spending time in prayer, seeking the Lord on it, like, Lord, just give me more. I'm ready. And then you start to hear, like, you start to question, like, am I doing what I have in front of me at the best of my ability? No, I'm not consistently being that accountability coach. I'm caught up in all the fancy bells and whistles that I want. Okay, well, I'm just going to take these 2 people and I'm going to do the best coaching I could possibly do. It involved 0 nutrition coaching. It was guidance. It was being there. It was touching base with them. And then the coaching comes, right?
Yes.
What happened? Do that really well, you get more. You got more. God gave
Yes.
me more. God gave me more.
Yes.
Being faithful with the little things.
Amen.
So same thing is with your clients. I mean, clients' biggest thing, they sabotage themselves with, there's a rule I love to have is like, if you wait too long to eat, right? Especially if you know you're not going to be able to eat, we get hungry.
Yeah.
Well, when you're hungry, really hungry, you've missed your lunch and you're made it to dinner, which most people do, skip breakfast, maybe get a little snack. It's dinner time. I'm off of work. I'm stressed. I need to just relax and I'm hungry now. We're going to reach for pizza.
Yes.
This is me.
I'm going out of my house.
The whole pizza.
Yes.
I'm talking everything, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know this about yourself.
Yeah.
And you continue to let it happen as opposed to preparing ahead of time.
Okay.
I know today's gonna be a busy day.
Yes.
So simply planning ahead is a way to get out of that self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Another one is I had a client who can't handle protein bars.
Okay.
Because she'll wake up at 1 in the morning and eat all of them, 4 of them.
Sounds like me.
This is an item that you shouldn't have in your house.
Right.
But I think if you want to go from those 2 things now to a mental state, the scale and letting it dictate your wins and losses, and letting it control your mood for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
This is another thing. I've had to take a scale away. We're not going to weigh in. Guess what happened? We waited 5 weeks later. They didn't gain, they didn't lose, but they got stronger and they moved better. And they saw those progressions and progress. Now the scale has started to move. It took a long time, but you're talking about years of someone not eating. So it takes time. And sometimes as a coach, you got to know these things to remove when needed.
Right.
But as a person at home doing this yourself, and I believe that everybody can do this themselves, you can't let these little things, that's the hard part is this.
Right.
Get in the way of you pursuing your ultimate goal, right?
That's right.
Everybody can do it. I always want to train you to do it because there's other fun things I can be your coach in.
Yes.
I love nutrition. I love being your accountability coach in that, but let's also get your first pull-up.
Yes.
But it's progress. You've done the foundation and it never ends.
And this, what I'm hearing you saying, this can start at really any age, right?
Any age.
Any
I
age.
think I got a over 50-year-old client.
Yeah.
Started with
And as young as you want as well, right? Starts right in the home, I believe, right?
The sooner you start, right? And you've said this, a
Yeah.
good example in the home.
Mhm.
How do you expect your kids to eat right if you don't eat right?
If you don't eat
Right? How do you expect your spouse? This is another one. Is your spouse not being on the same page as you?
Yes.
Your spouse is the biggest self-sabotage because they love you.
Yes.
As somebody's husband buys them Symphony chocolate bars
Ah,
every day when they come back from work. Do you really think that's contributing to your wife's goals?
Yes. Yes.
So one of the things you got to do is set that standard of you need to have a conversation about what you're trying to do and ask that this person supports you in that goal. What happened though? The husband started eating meal prep as well. He lost weight. I don't even coach the guy.
Right.
So
Just a little change in the home.
he just stopped eating so much sugar.
Yes.
I'm not even coaching him.
That's right.
So it trickled down from the wife
yes.
to the husband. Well, the kids don't drink soda anymore either.
Yes.
So it's much bigger than just you. Now you're changing it for the whole family. Just like a man who saved his household will be saved. I mean,
Yes.
It comes from the top, right? So
Top down, right? No, absolutely. And a lot of times it's not the things that we have to put back into our nutrition. Some of the things, like you said, just you stop.
Yep.
And some simple
just bad
things.
habits. Yeah.
Right? Coca-Cola is a big one. Sugar.
Sugar.
Obviously sugar.
You know what else is nuts? Nuts is a big one.
Oh, we can eat the
Grazing,
whole
yeah.
bag of nuts, you
Yeah.
guys. Almonds, not
Yeah.
10 almonds and put them in your pocket. I'm talking about 5 packs of almonds I like to eat.
Yeah.
And that can add up quick in fats.
If you work a desk job, an office
Yes.
job at home is the worst.
Yes.
I would love for you to just write down one day of eating and just look at it.
Yes.
The almonds too, the peanuts, the little grazing that you do. I've had a lady who's been eating a bag of peanuts daily. Go read the back of that.
Yeah.
You're getting an extra 800, 1,000 calories that you didn't know about. Why am I gaining weight? Why is my body fat going up? These little things that they sneak by because we don't notice them. Eating for relaxation,
Yes.
stress relief. We don't necessarily notice them.
That's a great point. As we're ending, what would you say for our viewers, what they can do coming into this next week to kind of apply what you've been talking about, treating our audience as the one client, and they were your client, they're going to report back to you in 1 week, 7 days. What would you have them do?
Yeah, first week.
First
Okay.
week.
So this is going to be a little individual based, but
Yeah.
hey, find that biggest problem that you have. Sit down and write it down. Write down what you want, and then take a look at your nutrition through the first 7 days. Just look at your daily routines. How do you feel when you wake up? Do you drink water at all? What's the first thing you do when you wake up? What time do you go to sleep? Take a look at just this overall 10,000 foot view of yourself. And then from there, what's the hardest thing that you're dealing with?
Yes.
And attack that first.
Okay.
If let's say it's eating out,
Okay.
don't eat out one time this week.
Okay.
Start there. Is it drinking soda every day? Don't drink soda for 5 days in a row.
Okay.
If you take this 10,000 foot view, this self-observation,
Yes.
then you know what you're dealing with and how to attack,
Got
right?
it.
If you just dive right in with anything in front of you, you're maybe not addressing maybe some of the core issues that you have.
Yes.
Hey, I graze all day.
Yes.
Hey, when I get home from work, I associate relaxing with snacking. Or I'm not even hungry. I'm just pounding food in front of the TV.
Yes.
All these little things, just those habits alone, no nutrition plan will get you results.
Yes.
And you'll feel better. And it's a great entry into now you're ready to do anything.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's really where it starts.
You hear it, guys. Be a doer of the word. That's what we talk about, not a hearer only. And then it says, because you'll deceive yourself.
Only deceive yourself.
Only deceive yourself. We deceive ourselves all the time. So go out, write those things down for Coach Basil, and get back with him. He's here to help you and encourage you along the way, but you have to do the first step, right? You have to lead from the front. And as he talked about, perform the common uncommonly well, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach Basil. And we'll be off the next episode. I don't even know what number we're on. That's okay. God bless.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. And visit our exclusive Facebook community where Derek offers training videos and other valuable content to help you grow through faith and fitness. And don't miss out on a free 12-week nutrition guide. Just go to smiletoday.fitness. That's smiletoday.fitness.